Happy Fact or Fiction Friday. So today I'm going to be talking about protein. I get this question a lot from friends and clients about collagen protein and how it's been popping up everywhere and you see it more and more in certain stores. They always ask me, is it different or better than the protein I've been taking for years? So today I'm going to tackle kind of why each different type of protein is good, and I'm going to go over some brand recommendations as well. So let's start with the differences between whey and collagen protein. Whey protein comes from milk. It's a protein derived from milk. So the old Little Miss Muffet, curds and whey, that's where you get the two protein sources in milk from. Whey is one, casein is the other protein found in milk. So if you're someone who has lactose intolerance, you might want to stay away from whey protein. Collagen protein, on the other hand, comes from essentially bone marrow. You could think of it that way in animals. So it's really good for the joints. It's really good for hair, skin, and nails. But again, it's not going to be a great option if you are a vegetarian or a vegan. So for today's Fact or Fiction Friday, I asked everybody to think about whether collagen protein is better than other types of protein. I'm going to go with a fiction for today, but as always, it's a loaded answer, so I'm going to be going over that within the next few minutes as to why I think other proteins are, equally or a little bit better than collagen protein. Now, I'll take a picture of this later, but I have a little bit of a protein problem. I have sitting next to me 5 different types of protein, and that's why I gave this a fiction for today. There is no one super be-all, end-all protein or even brand. I have multiple brands of whey protein, multiple brands of collagen, so I can talk about the pros and cons of that right now. So let's start with whey protein and the benefits of taking a whey supplement if you can based on your body. As I said, if you are lactose intolerant, you're probably not going to be able to handle whey protein. Firstly, whey is a quick digesting protein and it's really good for building lean muscle mass. So it contains branched chain amino acids or BCAAs, which help with the recovery and rebuilding of muscle. So if you're an athlete, I absolutely recommend taking whey protein. The other reason for that is that it is the only protein that has all 9 amino acid profiles. Collagen only has 8, so when I talk a little bit more specifically about collagen, I'll go into that again. So while on the topic of whey protein, I'm going to talk about brand recommendations. I love Stronger, Faster, Healthier. I have literally been using this protein for 4 years at this point. It's super clean. There's no hormones, soy, gluten. It's non-GMO. There's no artificial flavorings. And they have some bomb flavors like churro. This is literally how I get through the day. I start my day with iced coffee with a scoop of churro protein powder in it, and it's an awesome way to start off with a little bit of protein in your system. So this is their pure kind. I also have their recovery whey protein, which has some creatine and other little boosters to take post-gym. So now I'll talk a little bit about collagen peptides, since that was the main question of today's Fact or Fiction Friday. I'm actually going to read a little blurb from an article just to give you some insight. So collagen peptides, as I mentioned earlier, they're the main ingredient in bone broth, comes from bone marrow, and it's high in glycine, which is crucial to building healthy DNA and RNA strands. It provides proline and amino acid, which is crucial to joint and cardiovascular health. This is really interesting. The absorption rate of hydrolyzed collagen is said to be over 90% compared to only 27% or less in food. So this is actually a time when it's better to take a supplement than you would be able to get it in actual food. So what this collagen does, I'm going to start talking about momentarily. So there are studies that show collagen helps to speed recovery time after an injury. Makes sense since it helps to create bone and joint health. It boosts athletic performance for that reason that I mentioned earlier. Can promote weight loss. One study says that collagen is 40% more filling than whey protein. And as I've already said several times, it promotes joint and bone health there. So if you're older and you're maybe going through some loss of bone density, adding collagen to your diet would probably be a good thing to do. That doesn't mean that everyone shouldn't be doing it as well. And one last benefit of collagen is that it's known to promote gut health. So recently people with gut issues have been drinking a lot of bone broth. Obviously that's the number one way to do it, but the collagen supplement is a little bit easier to get that in there. One benefit of collagen in terms of whey versus collagen is that you can heat it. So I throw a scoop of collagen protein into hot coffee, I put it into hot oatmeal, and it doesn't mess with any of the profiles. It doesn't congeal like whey sometimes does when you put whey into hot things. So now I'm going to talk about some brands. Vital Proteins, you probably have seen this blue container everywhere. It is the number one. I love it. It mixes so well into everything. It's unflavored, so if you're someone who doesn't like flavorings, this might be the best way to go for you. I have also tried out Orgain collagen peptides. You can find this at Costco. Vital is now at Costco as well, but Orgain is much, much cheaper than Vital. So if you're on a budget, it's essentially gonna do the same thing. I'm a little picky and I think that the Orgain has a slight taste even though it's unflavored, whereas the Vital Proteins doesn't have any taste when it's mixed into things. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about plant-based proteins. So as I mentioned, why whey is a little bit better if you can tolerate it is that it has all 9 of those essential amino acids. Plant-based proteins have even less than the collagen counterpart. Obviously, if you are a vegetarian or vegan and you need to have the plant. So famous brands for plant-based proteins would be Vega. Again, I have Orgain plant-based protein. You still get 21 grams of protein per scoop here, and the proteins are coming from pea proteins and rice proteins. What's nice about this is that, again, it's dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, lactose-free, vegan, non-GMO. So this is a super clean protein if you're someone who can't tolerate the lactose in the whey, or you don't want to be consuming animal products. So at the end of the day, I would say whey is your best bet, especially if you're an athlete, but then collagen is something that you can supplement into your diet to help you get more protein throughout the day.